So to start us off, we have Aladeus. I once ran a game where the PCs had to rescue a princess.
Boomer. That's a boomer story.
When they found the room where the princess was supposed to be, they instead found a short man in a white hat who told them, "I'm sorry, but your princess is in another castle." The group of formerly good-aligned PCs then savagely beat the man to death. Mamma mia, was all I can say. This one's by Zenry. I got a story not about a player or a GM, but about a store owner. My group of murder hobos and I have been going to the same game store for the past 7 years. Since we've been playing, we've had many players come and go, but the place was like our mecca, and we would frequent the shop every weekend. The store manager there introduced us to a kid who wanted to learn to play D&D. We'll call the kid Jake. We welcomed the guy into our group, and he was relatively chill and didn't cause anybody any trouble. The store's manager and staff are pretty chill and were good pals to most of us. Then there was the owner. To call this man strange would be an understatement. The owner was this old man who honestly looked like the undead Emperor Palpatine from the new Star Wars movie. He came into the store like once a month to do inventory. Any attempt at communicating with Palpatine would either go one of two ways. You ask him a question and he'll just look at you for a minute and say nothing before walking off. Or if you're lucky to get some snarky remark from him. Needless to say, most customers kept their distance from him.
Well, look, he didn't force lightning, yes, so you know.
Well, yeah, it's always a plus.
As far as it goes, I would say that's a win, okay?
Jump to roughly 3 years later since Jake joined our table of regulars. He's a regular and loyal customer of the shop, and has been nothing but nice to everyone there. The weekend rolls around and we're getting together for an Adventure League game. Jake comes in early as I'm setting up, and he grabs one box of Warhammer models and puts them into his school backpack, planning to buy them at the end of the game. He said he saved up enough money to finally get into the game and was looking forward to playing. I'm happy for him, and we go about getting ready for everyone to start. 10 minutes later, 2 cops come in with Palpatine, and he points out the kid and accuses him of shoplifting. He was watching the cameras of the shop and saw the kid put the box of minis into his bag. Instead of asking him if he was going to buy them, concluded that the kid was going to steal them from his precious empire. The cops started to interrogate this introverted 12-year-old, and he starts to panic. The owner... Panic! I'm going to lose my job! The owner wanted Jake arrested for something he never did. In the end, the party vouches for Jake and manages to get the kid out of legal trouble. But the owner demands the kid leave the store immediately and never return. I decided that I had enough of Palpatine and his bullshit, and asked the party if they wanted to go to another game store that had just opened earlier that week to play at. We all agreed to go and left. Jake walked up to Palpatine and handed him the models. With the most stoic face, he said, "Here, shove this plastic up your ass, old man."
The future is now, old man.
And we left to go to the new shop. We haven't been back to Palpatine's shop since, and I've taken up residency at a mother and son's card shop that has grown in the past few weeks since the Adventure League from Palpatine's shop migrated over to this place. Jake and my gang of hobos have been vibing and playing in peace, knowing that the Emperor was no longer in our galaxy.
Honestly, I don't know how to...
Why do people get on like that whenever they want... Like, you want people to come into your shop, they pay you.
Yeah,
you know.
See, that's the thing.
That's your livelihood, but why are you being an asshole about it?
No one's ever going to be... Like, let's be serious. Game stores are not really the type of shop that you open to get rich. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not really... Yeah, you can make money from doing it, but...
But nobody's going to open it to be a millionaire, because it's not going to happen.
You're never going to be... Yeah, exactly. You're never going to be a millionaire by operating one of these shops. You know what I mean? It's just not really feasible.
Yeah.
It's just too niche. You know what I mean?
So why are you being an asshole then?
Yeah, you kind of you really have to, without a game store, without a community, it's done for. Mm-hmm. You may as well just give up.
Exactly.
And I've the guy seemed to not really care that much for it. Although, let's be serious, your fellow player shouldn't put it in his bag before paying for it.
Yeah, I think that is a wee bit weird, but if maybe that's a thing people do in the shop.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what the shop's like.
Yeah, but again, if the shop, if he's busting in with his stormtroopers that quickly, there must be something else going on. So, next post, guys.
J. Patrick Pope. Okay, I think I've got a story that some people might get a kick out of. This is one of the most aggravating but ultimately cathartic things I've ever experienced in tabletop role-playing games. IRL with friends when we were all about 20 to 22. This was back in the 90s, so second edition was some choice first edition element.
Boomer Grognard. We found the Grognard.
Sniff them out. I was playing this half-elf barbarian chick who was modelled on the Red Sonja koan. Sonja.
You know, we watched Red Sonja.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. This was a long time ago, but me and you, I showed you it. I don't think you were...
I didn't watch it then. Who was modelled on the Red Sonja / Conan model.
No. Right, let's just keep going, okay?
Look, guys, and was sort of a custom mashup of 2nd edition Ranger with some 1st edition Unearthed Arcana Ranger elements and some class abilities swapped for some 1st edition Unearthed Arcana Barbarian ability.
Okay, we get it. Okay, yeah.
Could have just said Barbarian. After having played this character for a bit, the whole party had levelled up pretty high and become well kitted out powerhouse. My character...
Red Sonja.
Alan. My character, Alan, had become permanently as strong as a fire giant, and her prized possession was her Vorpal bastard sword. Since it was too big to easily carry at her side, she just carried her sword on her shoulder, blade bared, no sheath, which will become important later.
She cut her head off, didn't she? She cut her head off. I already know.
Anyways, after this long campaign and series of adventures, we had a DM swap. One of the players, who he knew the history of my character and a lot of what made her tick, that she was a pretty carefree but never back down sort of warrior. She was not a troublemaker, even when drunk, except she could get pretty handsy with the boys.
Yeah, this is the 90s, okay? You could get away with it back then.
And would even laugh off most insults. According to her people warrior code, there's no honour in slaughtering the weak, and she knew how powerful she was. Getting that powerful was her whole reason to adventure, so unless her hands were forced, she was pretty easygoing. Cut through this new adventure with a different DM, and our party arrives at this small town. We need to resupply and whatnot, so we split up, agreeing to meet up later at the inn. Shortly, Alan notices a couple of guards giving her the stink eye before coming up to her and telling her she's not allowed to carry a bared blade around. Oh, okay, I'll go to the inn then. See ya. No, you can't have a sword without a sheath in town. Okay, I'll go leave a message in the inn for my friends that I'll be waiting for them outside of the town. No, you can't have a sword without a sheath in town. You're already broken the law, so you'll have to come with us. Seriously? I just offered to leave. No big deal, and you want to push this? You need to come with us.
Right, see, trying to steal a barbarian sword just sounds like...
It just doesn't...
See, like, this is what happens to me. I'm never that guy. You force my hand.
Yeah, this is
the exact situation that I find myself in every time.
At this point, it starts to escalate. Eventually, the DM brings in his old character of another of the PCs, who was not there last session, who would be livid upon finding out one of his favourite characters portrayed so badly, specifically as Muscle, because he was a potential match for Alan in a fight. Still, while Alan loved a good fight, as I said, she wasn't going to kill these guards for just doing their job, and in a meta sense, I was still hoping to kick this whole thing to the side and get back to the adventure. So even though things are really starting to get tense at the table, she winds up going with them. We wind up going to the main guard office, where it turns out the head of the local constabulary is one of the DM's favourite old characters. Never a good sign when that happened. There's some more back and forth, tension rising. Alan is told if she gives up her sword, she can get it back when she leaves town. What? She had already said she was willing to leave. No, she has to give it up or it'll be given back to her at the edge of town. It's a non-starter. Alan is, me too, fuming now, and says giving up her sword would be a great dishonour to her. So one last attempt at a compromise. Escort me to the edge of town, and let that be the end of it. Nope, she's got to give up her sword. That's it. She's had it. Me too. And stares them all down and says, if you want my sword, come and take it. DM, roll initiative. I win. Roll the attack stupid head guard pet DM PC. Nat 20. I explode out of the chair, pointing at the die, yelling at my DM, F you, natural... Oh, he said F you, thank you. Natural 20. His head is gone. A-hole. Back in character. After a breath to collect myself, Alan pauses and says with a surprising but icy calm, anyone else? Or can I go now? Man, that felt so good. This may be apocryphal. No idea what it means, guys. But I think that was the end of that session. I honestly don't remember what happened after that. Either that night or the rest of the adventure.
Well, look, all I'm saying is, it was a story with a Vorpal sword, and I knew someone's head was coming off. You can't be like, oh yeah, I got a Vorpal sword, guys. Guess what's going to happen. The only good story I have was, so... Mr. V had this Vorpal sword and it was cursed in some way. It had
Talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him. And he wasn't happy with it, so he would like put in like buckets of acid and whatnot. And eventually he did cut off his own head by mistake. I can't remember the exact way it went about. It was pretty cool though. It was it was really well put together, and honestly it worked out quite nicely. Well, it didn't work out quite nicely. His character lost his head, but as far as it goes, it made for a good story. So I thought it was pretty funny. But anyway, look, let's keep going. Next post.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more monies to get more DACA, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs.
Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done! Well done! To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. This one's by Gamma72. Some years back I was invited to a D&D 5th edition group by a college friend. The first session I joined, as a dwarf cleric, I used a spell to make a troll kill a group of people that were part of a negotiation gone wrong. They praised me for doing so, and all I could do is stare vacantly at them with a soft brain smile on my face for an uncomfortable amount of time. The memory haunts me, but still has a warm place in my heart.
Oh, we need more than that. You need to... Wait, how did this happen? Give me more! Give me more!
Another time, after a session, this group all took the BDSM test around the table.
What's the BDSM test?
I don't know.
And
tried to get me to do the same.
Oh, do you want to do the BDSM test now?
I don't know.
What is the
That was the day I discovered that I should never do something that makes me uncomfortable for the sake of potential friendship. When I shared the result of the test, they kind of awkwardly gave a, interesting answer. And I felt uncomfortable in the group moving forward. I purposely answered the test as vanilla as possible. I know I had other horror stories where I embarrassed myself, but I think I blocked the memories out.
Yeah, that's what I do, man.
If any of you folks from the group read this, I had a great time with you when we played, but you made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I want to know. See, that's okay. You know what? Give us.
No, I don't want to call ourselves out on the.
Let me look into the BDSM test, and we'll be back 1 week tech, guys. Okay, guys, I don't know if this is a good idea. So me and Megan both did ours, so we'll go through my one first. Will we? We'll see. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but yeah, this is what the video's turned into. So, just Google it yourself and try it out. So I got 84% switch. So what is switch?
87% switch you got?
87. Switch is like it. Well, switch, always taking a dominant or top position.
It's not for them.
Neither... So I got power bottom, did I?
You got power bottom.
I got power bottom. And then 87 vanilla voyeur, what says for enjoy watching naked or sexual activities of other people.
So wait, what was your vanilla?
Vanilla
say then. Vanilla people enjoy regular standard sex and relationship modules. Nothing wrong with that as long as you're having fun.
Alright, what's a ligger?
What is
Liggers like to tie up and restrain their partners using rope or other attributes, chains, handcuffs, spread bars, whether for sexual enhancement or, whatever. Experimentalist, dominant, brat tamer, what the fuck's this? Brat tamers are in essence dominants who enjoy handling bratty submissives. Sounds like you, Megan.
They find disobedience a form of playfulness from the side of the submissive rather than a form of rudeness. What the fuck is this?
I don't know. Right, well, let's go for Megan's one, will we? Right, so you got... Fuck me. What is voyeur anyway?
It's watching people have sex.
Alright, so...
But voyeurs enjoy watching the nakedness or sexual activity of others.
Right, okay. Experimentalist, what's this one?
Experimentalist wants to have tried it all, an open mind, and an
insatiable
curiosity.
Alright, okay. Right. Vanilla rope bunny. What's a rope bunny mean?
Rope bunny likes to be tied. What is this?
Submissive, gigger, dominant, masochist.
What's a masochist?
Masochist is... Hold on, I'll get it up here. Masochists enjoy receiving...
Getting aroused by certain levels.
Yeah. So, there you go, guys. I don't know if that was a good idea.
Non-monogamous?
What did I get? Oh, it was my one. Let me see. Non-monogamous. I got 12.
12%. I got 23. Sorry.
Oh, no. But yeah, so there you go, guys. I don't know if that was a good idea doing that, but some of the questions on that test are really fucked.
Really weird.
Yeah, some of them are.
It's like, do you enjoy being dressed up as a child? Oh, and acting in a childlike manner.
Yeah, or like it was like.
So it's literally like, are you pedo or are you furry or do you just like sex?
Yeah, that's what some of them really were. Anyway, look, I suppose we'll do a couple more of these posts before we finish up, will we?
Human 01.
Human number one.
Human number one. Had a DM in an online game once, and the second time I got to be a player for once, who, number one, had such a low, bored voice that it was impossible to understand if he was talking, narrating, or talking as one of the NPCs.
Yes, Father. I know exactly what you mean.
Two interactions would usually go like this. You see a cave in front of you. I go into the cave preparing my trusty heavy crossbow before I get in. Okay, you're in the cave. And you're in the cave. What do I see in the cave?
See, this is why I just can't be arsed with Theory of the Mind. Just get a battle map. It's really easy. They just got right down. I feel like Theory of the Mind, you're asking 21 questions. I couldn't be arsed with it most of the time.
Yeah.
It requires too much of the DM explaining to you the situation you're in.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time you're pulling shit out of your hole.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? You really are just pulling shit right out of your hole. Being like, okay, I'm doing this,
Though that I would always make sure to show up to the campaign in time, even if it was the middle of the night. For me most of the time, which the other players almost never did. Still had fun though.
Well, that's something.
As long as you have fun.
Yeah, that's all you can
I don't know how you can have fun with a DM thing.
You're going to do this today.
This one's from Marcel. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it.
Kayabunga, that's his name. Marcel Kayabunga.
Kawakoski? I have no idea. I've been a DM for over 13 years now, but had a luck of having my friends being the players all of the time. We exclusively play D&D 3.5 and Neuroshima, a Polish post-apocalyptic system. It's pretty cool, but the melee combat in it is definitely over-designed. Long campaigns, a 2 to 3 year each, while meeting almost every weekend for the whole day. One of those D&D campaigns got blurst by the presence of my friend's year younger brother and his fiancée at the time. The guy was a good-natured that guy.
Yeah, that's me. A good-natured, yeah, that's what I feel like. Actually, you know what?
The good-natured that guy, derailer / troll that enjoyed doing things for the lulz.
Okay, I found my... Yeah, I found it. Finally.
And of course he played a rogue. Campaigns were usually very sandboxy, so derailing wasn't a problem most of the time, and honestly, we liked him a lot despite of his antics. Most of the problem he causes were preemptively avoided since I adhered to the rule of brick. If you do something dumb for the sake of being dumb, you get hit by a brick out of the blue in the game.
I quite appreciate that, that's quite good.
That's pretty devastating to a low-level character, and as they progressed through levels, got stronger, tougher, more skilled, the bricks of vengeance got faster as well. And one beautiful day, after fucking his party over for no reason, that he found it funny, he knows what to expect, and turns around to me with a shit-eating grin only a high-level rogue character player would be able to pull off, and asks, "Can I catch it?" Music stops. Scratch record. How could I refuse? With his pretty high roll, dodge built into rogues, and his high dexterity stat, he does manage to catch condensed DM's revenge. Spins around with a perfect acrobat roll and throws it at the nearest enemy to a devastating effect. The table erupts with laughter and genuine joy. That day, the ultimate of meta-range combat techniques were born. Heck, he even switched from bow to sling so he could throw surprise bricks at people. And I allowed him to, just for the fun factor that brought to the whole group. Interestingly, his behaviour improved after that as well. Seems as a younger brother, he was simply aiming for just a tiny bit more attention from his brother's friends after all. 'Twas a good campaign.
Honestly, I really like that. I think I'm going to improve.
Yeah.
And I'm going to definitely use that rule of brick.
Yeah.
I think honestly, some people need it.
A brick to the face.
Sometimes,
like IRL.
You know what? It works really well, and I much prefer that than the DM just having a heart attack like Monty Python here.
Yeah.
You know, I think that works. That needs to become more popular, honestly.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it today. If you guys have any of your own stories, definitely
post them below, and we will read them in a video.
Also, go ahead, check out the website. We have so much up for sale. It's not even funny.
Yes.
And please check it out.
A lot of new stuff. Yes, please check it out.
Honestly.
Not saying I'm begging, but please, guys.
Just check it out. It would help us out a lot, honestly.
Thanks.
Honestly, that BDSM test is kind of weird, to say the least.
Yeah.
Some of the questions on it are really out there. So I don't know. Try it out yourself.
Try it out yourself.
I don't
share
know.
it with your friends and family.
Yeah, share with your friends and family. Yeah, just post it on each video. Just post it afterwards on the internet. Jesus Christ, I don't know if that was a good idea or not.
Well,
but
anyway, hit subscribe, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Oh.